Howdly diddly people, and welcome back to another episode of Chopping It Up with Charms. We're running over all of the football tea, all of the football goss, everything there is to know, all the new updates. Try to keep it Chelsea related, but there's not much to talk about, if I'm being totally honest, on the Chelsea front. So we're going to be a little bit more Premier League focused this week. Don't forget to like, sub, all of that. But yeah, topic number one, it's going to be what everyone wants to hear. We're talking Ruben Amorim, and we're talking about the new appointment as manager for Manchester United. It's a good appointment. It makes sense. You know, it's a manager who's young in his career. He's only, 39, 38 years old. He's not 40, basically. And to be at this level, winning Sporting the Liga NOS, I think it's impressive. I think he's a good forward-thinking manager. Revolutionary is probably a bit of a stretch, and obviously there's a lot to be seen, but he definitely has an interesting brand of football, and it's definitely something that I think that Man United can fill the quota of with the players that they have at the club. You know, one thing that I heard at multiple points throughout the morning when this appointment's been made is that this Man United side seems to thrive when they're in their element, you know, when they're happy, when they're kicking ball together and when they're able to play free-flowing, fun football, when Marcus Rashford's able to get a game in, when Bruno Fernandes is able to go and work his magic, and, you know, when he starts bagging, that's when it seems like Man United start ticking it all together, but it hasn't been like that for a while, you know. Last time I saw them play, they had Mazraoui in the 10, which is just dumbfounding. It's a different level of experimentation that was going on under Ten Hag, which I don't think anyone understood the sense of. So it's a really good appointment for them, in full transparency. I think that Ruben Amorim brings that big personality. There's Instagram pages or Twitter pages or whatever that have countdowns towards his next press conference because he's that magnetic. And it does seem that Amorim's going to start on the 24th of November off top, I'm pretty sure, which means that when Chelsea go to play United this Sunday, we will have to be playing against Ruben Nistelrooy, which I'm very happy about. I'd rather play United now than while they're in the middle of actually solidifying some time with their new management, with their new coach, and all the backroom staff he's brought with him from Porto. From Sporting Lisbon. But yeah, I think that this is a good time to capitalise as a Chelsea fan on a weakened, malnourished Man United side. I think that Ruud van Nistelrooy is not anywhere even close to the right man for the job. I don't understand why people were thinking that he was going to be a permanent appointment. I thought that it would have been essentially taking a step down from Erik Ten Hag, who's had management experience, where Ruud van Nistelrooy, where he might have in fleeting bits, he's not exactly, you know, taken everyone by storm with his managerial prowess. I can't get my words out today. But yeah, you know, I think that this was always going to happen. For me, it was between Xavi and Amorim and Nagelsmann potentially, but that was not going to happen, was it? But yeah, Xavi was the main one. Xavi was the main one that I was thinking about. But it ended up being Ruben Amorim. And yeah, but once again, forward-thinking manager, very good for that side, worked with all those personalities. It's a worrying day to be a hater of the Man United cause. And it must be quite a good day to be a Man United fan, because that is an appointment that, you know, quite frankly, I would have been relatively happy with at Chelsea. I mean, I definitely wanted him more than I wanted Maresca at the time. But we ended up with Maresca, and I'm content. You know, I'm not angry about it. But I would definitely say that I would not have minded Amorim. You know, I'm not going to say that I would prefer him over Maresca, like outright, 100%, because we need to see how that translates into the Premier League. You know, I'm as far as I'm concerned, I'm quite impressed with how Maresca's been so far. He's not been in the role for too long, 3-4 months, and I think that it's been the best 3-4 months I've watched Chelsea play football in years, to be totally honest. Maybe since the 2020s, you know, maybe since post-Tuchel. Definitely since post-Tuchel, if I'm being totally honest. So yeah, man, overall, I think it's a real good signing for United, and I think that Chelsea kind of got blessed a little bit with their situation, but I wouldn't have minded if it turned out the other way around. Now, staying on that topic of Chelsea, staying on that topic of Manchester United. Chelsea versus Manchester United on the weekend. mixed confidence, to be totally honest. I should be going into this with quite a lot of clarity, thinking that, Man Irish side, as I just said, the management and injuries left and right, but we should should win that game. But it's just definitely a game that we're going to make competitive. I have a feeling that Man United game, all the players are going to have a lot more energy and a lot more fun about them and a lot more spark in their eye. And I think that that's going to make a difference on the pitch. I think that that's going to translate over to a lot of attacking momentum. And I was confident against Newcastle in the midweek. But I did say multiple times on the podcast I did with Dan, literally just before, I think maybe, the day before, that if we are to... it was the same day. Yeah, it was right before before kickoff. If we were to concede, it's going to be a sloppy schoolboy error of passing the ball around the fucking back, because we haven't got a single person in that 5-man, 6-man back line that has a clue how to distribute a ball outside. So, it's exactly what happened. Just a ball got cut off in between the goalkeeper or the centre-back and the goalkeeper. It just takes one pass, one interception, and it's wraps. And then we concede again 3 minutes later. We showed no vim, no effort to try and get back into the game, no effort to try and steal the win. And, didn't try and sub on Cole Palmer and make stuff happen. Didn't try and look dangerous. So yeah, I'm once again just back in the unfortunate position of knowing that we could do a lot better than we are doing, but we are doing what we are doing, so we should continue to just be shite for a regular basis. You look at the two adjacent results, Newcastle back to back. I thought the first game with our first team in, I think we played like Chelsea. We had the lion's share of the football. We played great balls down the wings. We played, the one Cole Palmer goal, a pre-assist is just absolutely diabolical. 25th in the Ballon d'Or is an absolute sham. When you're playing balls in like that from 80 yards out from the goal. Listen, I don't even want to go there. But the way that we played against Newcastle the first time out was night and day to how we played in the second one. Obviously, the teams are completely different. Kieran Dewsbury, or if you're watching this, execute yourself with immediate effect. I appreciate that, bro. Please, go. Newcastle or something, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. We thought Lewis Hall was Kieran fucking Hall, bro. We saw the wrong one. It's so dumb, man. Sorry. But yeah, it's killing me. I made a big point about Philip Jorgensen. Should probably get the time he deserves at this point. He made Robert Sanchez look really bloody good. Because Sanchez, although he does make, unforgivable mistakes, he has performances which are borderline unforgivable in any stretch. Like, you can't perform like that at all in the Premier League, for Ipswich. You can't do that at Chelsea, bro. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. But it's just the good bits are really nice to see. But me personally, I'm way harsher on Robert Sanchez than, for example, Dan is, my stepdad Trevor is, all the Chelsea fans I know. I'm a little bit harsher on the Robert Sanchez side. I just know we can get better. And I thought that would have been Philip Jorgensen. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be. He seems to have big confidence issues, distribution issues, and he doesn't make clean, comfortable shot stops. You know what I mean? He doesn't stop the ball and keep it. He likes to parry it out, and I fucking hate that, bro. The De Gea, I detest it, and it makes me think. There's one man who's on the books, who's having a really good season at the minute. Fair enough, a struggling side, but he looks good when he's playing, from what I've heard. And that's Georgi Petrovic. And out of the three goalkeepers that we had at one point, I said Georgi Petrovic should have been the one we focused on to be our number one. But apparently that was ridiculous, and he was the first one to go. And then Robert Sanchez, who I put third, is the one that stays, and the one that sits in the middle, he's doing just that. He's on the B team as our goalkeeper, putting in stinker after stinker. But listen, what can I say? Fine. When it comes to the United result, I'll call it 1-1. I'd be surprised if either side had a dominant win. I don't think United have got it about them to really, really rip us apart at the minute. And I definitely don't think Chelsea have the mettle to go into that United situation, really be the ones to cause havoc and cause destruction and go in there and really show face and remind the world who we are. I don't see it happening. So the A team has performed an awful lot better than the B team. I will say that. So on that note, if I was to pick a winner, I would probably go with Chelsea, and that's no biases involved. I think that we've just got the stronger team in a minute. We've got the better player position for position, and I think we can go in there and absolutely mog Man United. So, especially while they're losing out on a manager. So yeah, overall, I think that we're going to do. I think we're going to beat them. If it's not a really competitive draw, which it shouldn't be, but knowing Chelsea, it probably will be. I think that they've made the right appointment in their management. Ruben Amorim being the right man for the job. And overall, it should be a better back end of the season or better second half of the season for both of the clubs involved. I think Chelsea are finally finding their feet with the A team. And yeah, man, I think Man United are going to have a lot to say come the 24th of November when they get their new manager in, their new backroom stuff. Could get a long day. But don't forget to like, subscribe, do all of that. I'll be back again next week. You know who I am. You know where I stay. Charm. Big love to all of you. God bless. November 12th, I'm boxing. Get your tickets. I'll post a link somewhere eventually. It's on my story all the time. So if you see it there, and you're in Leeds, just come see man, put some work on some use, yeah? Love it. Good forearm, bro. Alright. In a bit, yeah?